Two of the most important measurements for any tree are height and diameter. Height can be relatively easy to figure out, as we just take the difference between the ground and the top of the canopy, and that's our representation of height. Diameter, however, may seem straightforward, but there are typically a couple problems that you may have to work through before you can accurately start measuring a tree. First, the trunk of a tree is not a cylinder. It's more akin to a very tall cone. If you measured diameter at ground level, you would get a different measurement than if you were 8 feet above the ground. To overcome this difference, we use a standardized method of measurement called DBH, or diameter at breast height. Not everybody is the same height, so in America we standardize it to 4.5 feet above ground, which comes to about here on me. Diameter is a straight line that passes through the center of a circle, and we obviously can't get through the center of a tree trunk. Instead, we measure the circumference of a tree, and because circumference is equal to diameter times pi, we simply have to divide the circumference by pi to get diameter. If you like to struggle, you can use a standard measuring tape to get the circumference, but I would definitely recommend using a cloth tape, or there's a special forestry tape called logger's tape or D tape for diameter tape that works best. A D tape usually has two sides, one that is just a straight distance and one that automatically does the circumference to diameter calculation for you, so you can read the diameter out directly from the tape. For some D tape, you can add a little handy hook into it that allows you to push it into the bark so you can walk around a large tree. Sometimes a tree is on a slope, and if you measure from the downhill side, the measurement's going to be a lot larger than if you were to measure on the uphill side. Always take a DBH measurement from the uphill side of a tree. Another common problem can be irregularities in a tree that prevent you from measuring at 4.5 feet, such as limbs or knots. To overcome this problem, take two measurements of equal distance away from the irregularity, one above and one below, and then average them out. Trees can also have a lean to their trunk, so make sure that you are measuring perpendicular to the grain, and make sure that your tape is free from any twists or knots. There are many more irregularities that you may have to deal with, such as multiple stems, and you're going to have to decide on a case-by-case basis what to do with each one. Sometimes you may be unable to measure diameter at breast height for certain safety reasons. One way to estimate DBH is by using a half-measure method, where you take your measuring tape, bring it halfway around the tree, and then double that distance that you got to give you your DBH estimate. Once you have your diameter, you can do all sorts of really great calculations like basal area, volume estimates, age estimates, stand structure, and many, many more. I'm going to be putting them in some future videos, so subscribe for more.